Hello. Welcome to my channel, Ida the Intuitive. My name's Ida. How are you today? So, I'm going to tell you a little bit about pine cones, a bit of the spiritual symbolism, and also what they can be used for spiritually, because I did not know this before, but I went and I took a walk and saw some pine cones on the trail, and intuitively felt called to pick one up. And so I just grabbed one and brought it back with me and just put it near me. And I felt the effects of just having it by, and it really did kind of calm my spirit down. So I was like, let me bring this to the channel and talk about it really quick. So pine cones fall from pine trees, and let me tell you what my initial take on it was before I looked up what it meant, because to me, I just split the word up, pine and cone. And pine, I'm thinking pine of like when people say, oh, you're pining, right? Like, why are you pining? Or there's not going to be any pining, you know? This is incense smoke, by the way. So that's what you see going on here. But so I just thought pining, right? So emotional. The definition of pining is like yearning, longing, emotional longing, right? So I pine, and then cone. And I think of cone, literally, I was thinking of a caution cone on construction, right? Like they put the orange cone to say, don't walk here or don't watch out, caution, right? So to me, when I saw that, I'm like, this is to help you decipher your emotions and calm down certain emotions of longing and yearning. Because you know how when you're in that state of pining, it's exhausting, right? And I'm thinking even in the sense of grieving, right? And you're really missing somebody, and it's like this unfilling void, right? Of pining, like, how am I going to get over this? Or heartbreak, or even just exhaustion. I just feel like there's a lot of ways that pining can come into the picture. And so when I got my pine cone and brought it back with me, I felt a calming of my emotions, honestly, and a stability and balance that I was lacking before. So that's one use for having one, right? A stability. And then I also think of like earth energy, right? If it comes from a tree, it's like the grounding, a way to ground yourself. But then I looked up pine cones, and they apparently represent the third eye, the pineal gland. And even the shape of it is apparently kind of the shape of the pineal gland. And the pineal gland is also kind of considered the third eye, right? So it connects to your enlightenment and the spiritual realm, and connecting you to like a higher mindset, right? So that could be, it was grounding me in like the reality of like aligning my centers more so like my chakras, and just being grounded in what's really important at the time, right? Because sometimes it's like I could have been, I don't know, I'm thinking about a lot of things, and having that helped kind of ground me in that way. So it symbolizes the pineal gland. Then also, I just want to add a little bit more about pine, like the actual oil of pine, because maybe this is for somebody, if you need an essential oil to pick up, pine is a good one for clarity. Like, when you go out into nature and you're surrounded by a bunch of pine trees and you take in that big breath, and it's like refreshing and it just feels so good and invigorating, right? That is a good oil when you need that. And then it's also good for antibacterial. So it's like even with lung breathing issues or like inflammation in the head or in the chest, pine oil is really good. Pine essential oils. So you could take a pine cone, you can put it on your altar, have them around you. I feel like they fall now in the fall time is when they are falling more onto the ground, right? So they're really easy and accessible. Also, something about decorating them was sticking out to me. Like, you might want to paint yours a certain color or like do something like that with it. You know what I mean? There's so many things that you can do with it. So, that's a little bit about pine cones. I don't really have too much to say about it, but I can tell you that I felt a difference right away, you know, like when you're just in touch with yourself enough to really be able to examine your emotions as they pass by you, you know, or as you feel them, as you embody them. When I had this near me, I was like, oh, like this really did help me just kind of like stay grounded in the midst of chaos, in the midst of like, what the hell is going on? You know what I mean? So yeah. Go grab a pine cone on your next walk or wherever you're at and see what it does for you. That is a little bit of the spiritual symbolism of pine cones. All right. So that's all I have. That's all I have for you. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.